Have you ever wondered what it feels like to be truly, utterly terrified? Not the fun kind of scared you get from a horror movie, but a deep, bone-chilling fear that makes you question your own sanity. Well, tonight, I'm going to take you to a place where that kind of fear hangs in the air like a thick, suffocating fog. We're journeying to an abandoned hospital in India, a place with a history so dark, said the spirits of the dead have never left. What you're about to hear is a first-hand account, a story so disturbing it will make the hairs on your arms stand up. Lock your doors, turn off the lights, and prepare yourself. This is not for the faint of heart. Our story comes from a group of urban explorers, let's call them Rohan, Priya, and Samir. They were thrill-seekers, always looking for the next big adrenaline rush. They'd heard rumors about the old Kaldhara General Hospital, a place that was shut down decades ago under mysterious circumstances. Locals whispered stories of malpractice, of patients who went in for simple procedures and never came out. They said the place was cursed, a black hole of suffering that still echoed with the cries of the tormented. Naturally, for Rohan and his friends, this was an irresistible challenge. They arrived late one night, the moon hidden behind a thick blanket of clouds. The hospital was a monstrous silhouette against the dark sky, its windows like vacant eyes staring into the abyss. The front gates were chained shut, rusted and foreboding. Finding a way in wasn't hard. A crumbling section of the perimeter wall gave them easy access. The moment they stepped onto the property, the air changed. It became heavy, cold, and unnaturally still. The usual night sounds of crickets and distant traffic just stopped. It was as if they had entered a pocket of complete and total silence. With only their flashlights cutting through the oppressive darkness, they pushed open the main entrance doors. A wave of stale antiseptic air, mixed with the smell of decay, washed over them. The lobby was a scene of frozen chaos. Overturned gurneys, scattered papers yellowed with age, and a thick layer of dust covered everything. Their flashlight beams danced across the peeling walls, revealing faded posters about public health initiatives from a bygone era. It was eerie, but so far, nothing out of the ordinary for a derelict building. They were excited, their whispers echoing in the vast, empty space. They decided to explore the ground floor first, moving cautiously through the deserted corridors. Their footsteps crunched on broken glass and debris. They passed the old reception desk where a patient logbook lay open, its pages filled with faded, spidery handwriting. Samir, the group's skeptic, joked about finding his own name in it. His laughter died in his throat as a door at the far end of the hallway slammed shut with a deafening bang. They all froze, their hearts pounding in their chests. They looked at each other, eyes wide, a draft, an animal. They tried to rationalize it, but the silence that followed was more unnerving than the sound itself. Hesitantly, they continued on, their bravado quickly evaporating. They found the old pediatric ward. This was where the atmosphere became truly malevolent. Small rusted cribs lined the room, some with tattered blankets still inside. A single rocking horse stood in the center of the room, perfectly still. As Priya filmed the scene with her phone, the rocking horse began to move. Slowly at first, just a gentle sway, then faster and more violently, as if an unseen child were riding it with frantic energy. The creaking sound it made was rhythmic, hypnotic, and utterly terrifying. They didn't need to say a word. They backed out of the room slowly, never taking their eyes off the rocking horse until they were back in the hallway. Shaken, they decided to head upstairs to the surgical wing. They'd heard this was the most active part of the hospital. The stairs groaned under their weight, each step echoing like a gunshot in the silence. The second floor was even colder than the first. They found the operating theaters, rooms that still held a sterile metallic smell despite the decades of neglect. In the first theater, a surgical lamp hung precariously over an operating table, swinging gently back and forth. There was no breeze, no draft. It just moved, tracing a slow, lazy arc in the air. Rohan, trying to be brave, walked towards the table. As he got closer, a low moan seemed to emanate from the room itself. It was a sound of pure agony, a drawn-out guttural groan that vibrated through the floor. It was everywhere and nowhere at once. They spun around, flashlights slicing through the dark, trying to find the source, but there was nothing. Just the empty room, the swinging lamp, and that horrifying sound that seemed to get louder and more desperate with each passing second. Suddenly, all the glass cabinets in the room shattered simultaneously, exploding outwards with incredible force. Shards of glass rained down around them. That was their breaking point. They screamed and ran. They scrambled down the hallway, not daring to look back. But the hospital wasn't done with them yet. As they fled, the sounds escalated. Doors slammed open and shut down the corridor in a chaotic rhythm. The groaning was replaced by a cacophony of whispers, hissing voices that seemed to come from right behind their ears, speaking in a language they couldn't understand. They could hear the sound of gurney wheels rolling furiously behind them, getting closer and closer. Salmir risked a glance over his shoulder and saw nothing, but the sound was undeniable, and it was right on top of them. Priya tripped and fell, her phone flying from her hand. It slid across the floor, its light illuminating a dark, wet stain on the ground that seemed to spread and pool as she watched. Rohan and Samir hauled her to her feet, and they kept running, fueled by pure, primal terror. They didn't stop until they burst back out into the night, gasping for breath, their bodies trembling uncontrollably. They scrambled over the broken wall and didn't stop running until they reached their car, leaving the malevolent silence of Cold Harbor General Hospital behind them. They never went back. The footage Priya managed to capture was corrupted, showing nothing but static from the moment the rocking horse started moving. They had no proof of what happened, only a shared memory of a night filled with a terror so profound it scarred them for life. The story of Cold Harbor General Hospital serves as a chilling reminder that some places are better left undisturbed, where the pain of the past is so strong, it refuses to die. What do you think happened in that hospital? Was it a collective hallucination brought on by fear, or did they truly encounter the tormented spirits trapped within its walls? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy exploring the unknown, make sure to follow for more stories from the dark side. Stay safe.